Alright, good evening everybody. Welcome to the official start of the SCSRA NextGen series with the Devtona 500. You know, last couple weeks they've been prepping for this, ran the duels last week. The running order is set, that's why we've gone early. So there will be no qualifying tonight, so after we get through this 9 minutes of practice, we are going to head right to the Devtona. So we'll get this show on the road, but before we get there, we want to get into our national anthem. We got Duve, what are we calling you? Duve in the Groove. He'll be in the booth with me tonight. He'll be in another live drive cam, trying to get us all the action. But right now he's over there enjoying his margarita. We're going to head over to the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to rename the name of the brave. We are the USRA. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the USRA. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the
All right, and we are back from our national anthem. I don't know if you guys were checking them out, but now they're full screen, man. Check out this camera angle as these guys going 2x2, trying to get 4 minutes of practice going. Tell you what, we got to look here. Right now, there are no points except for the one, and that's going to come from the front line from Mr. Wright, as he is the only one to claim a point. So, what I do want to go check into, though, on what is coming up. So, tonight, 100 laps here at Daytona. Woo! Could be good. Could create a little bit of chaos. I don't know. We're going to find out as these guys, we saw the fields last week do incredible. Two really good heat races. 17 drivers a heat race. Tonight, they're all going to come together. And the field is going to be a little bit bigger, as we did have some misses last night. So I believe we are, right now, showing right about 30 drivers. So it's going to be a full field. But Daytona tonight, and that's going to lead into next week, where we are going to head into Michigan.
My favorite.
Old Michigan, that's almost a, that's your home track, isn't it?
It is my home track.
Man, I guess I got the Snowball Derby.
Hey, that's a good one, though.
That is
That's
a good one. That's a good one that I'm glad we never run. But Morris Customs, though, responsible for our schedule, as You know the admin team with Eddie Morris and Devin Butchino and Mr. Hartney. They bunch of them. They put in a lot of work, man. I communicate with them a lot more than before, and I can tell you they're working hard behind the scenes to keep this league as strong as it is. So do us a favor, like and share, subscribe to the channel. Share it on Facebook, man. Get some people in here. We're going to have a good old time tonight. I think we're going to have a good old time. What you think, Duve?
Oh, I'm going to have a blast. I'm going to be out in the chaos. I'm going to try to avoid the chaos, but I'll probably be a part of the chaos. I'm going to go down here and hit this bump in turn 1 just to get a little crashing out of the way right now.
Yeah, I mean, you already got hit once in practice. We saw that by old Josh. He got you from behind.
Oh, he got my behind pretty good.
This camera angle, though, doing a heck of a job. But let's get off this schedule and get over here back to our booth. And I believe we already named our little potato man, Tony Starch. I think Tony Starch is legit. I think he
Tony
stays.
Starch.
He does look like a Tony Starch.
Oh, God, yeah, he does.
So, Josh, you got it. Tony Starch it is. About 1 minute to go. I'll tell you what, with Wednesday night action coming soon, let's tune in to what we can expect for every Thursday. Man, y'all make sure you tune in Thursday night. Give the owner and admin team some love, man, as they're gonna have to talk about the chaos that happens tonight and the chaos from last night with the truck series happening over on Intensity's broadcast. So I'm sure there was some good action, but hey, my favorite flag is out. It's about racing time, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
All right, with that, let's get right into those famous words.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
And it is go time, as I forgot to unmute my mic, as these guys are gridding in. Remember, that grid was set last week at the duels. We're going to give them a couple seconds to get in before we actually pull up our full screen grid, and we'll go right through the lineup. Little change here, as Cheeseburger Lawrence is not going to make the race. He had to go back and make some money at work, so that's going to move the outside line all the way up 1 spot.
So you're telling me I'm gaining spots and we haven't even started?
Yeah, look at that. The 127 going to start on that front line. But hey, here we go. We are going to grid. And Mr. D. Wright, Matt Allen on that front row. Eddie Morris, Josh Hall. David Hartney, Brett Merle. Max McCarty, Riley Gomes. Blaze Richardson, Ryan Gomes. Ryan Likens, Trey Spears. Cody Bullock. And that's where the gap comes. Now you got Tyler Powers and Carlton Charles. Jay Vaught, Alan Graham, Brad Young, Butchino, Charles Balance, the Balenciaga, and Tim Likens. Garrett Fox, Robert Duvendak. Dang, 24.
Yeah, baby.
Junior, Michael Pervolt. James Fox, Jake McCarty. Sharn Hill, Brock Salvati. Mr. Joe Wright, Sylvain. And he's going to close out the field. Did not race last week, so he will start from the back. I think we'll go right into our green camera here. Try to get up here on these leaders. What to look for early. We know these cars are going to be able to do a little bit longer run. If you were tuned in Monday night, a little bit shorter runs for those guys over there in the ASR League broadcasted. The NextGen's going to be able to do a little bit more longer run, but a little bit more strategy going to come into this. We saw Duvendak last week at the duels. Really stretch it out. He said, I'm not going to pit. I'm going to try it. Not going to be able to do it tonight. We are going to have the stage 35 laps. How you looking on fuel there? As we're going green for the first time tonight. Mr. D. Wright out to the lead. He's going to try to fight off Matt Allen. Dude, how long do you think you can go on fuel?
If I'm being honest, I didn't really do too much practice, so I don't really get a gauge for it. It's going to take a couple laps here if we stay green to get a real good reading on how far we can go. But my understanding is the first stage is at lap 35, so I'm going to assume we can't make it that far in field, so there should be at least one stop here to start.
All right, well, you keep us posted. As you see, Eddie Moore's getting right into the back end of Mr. D. Wright. We got one dropping down. That front four cars, they're starting to pull away.
And we got a wreck back here. Whoa, that was close.
Oh, we got a big one going on. It almost got you.
It almost did.
And that is going to bring out our caution. Well, I guess you know what we're going to have to do. You about got nailed, so.
Yeah, that was extremely close. I saw the guy in the high lane. He just shot low for some reason, went right into the side of Devin Butchino, and I was able to check it up just in time to keep from T-boning them.
Well, we are going to try to get close to you. Try to see how far back we can get. As our caution is going to be out. Our first one of the night. Didn't take long. Let these drivers settle in. And there it happens. Oh, Devin, though, takes that huge hit. Where did he fall? Couple cars involved right there. See if we can change his camera. Try to get a little chase camera. As you see, Balenciaga, he's going to be involved here, and he actually may have been the cause of this. Nowhere to go for Kevin Graham. Balenciaga comes up, tries to go third row, and just thought he was getting too close to the wall and came straight back down. Hits Graham, takes Butchino with him. Definitely not the start Devin wanted. I know had a rough night last night. He does not want to see that repeated. We're going to have to check here, see if Mr. Devin has to use that fast repair.
Now, I tell you what, someone owes me a pair of pants because I'll use these ones up already.
It was close. Kevin Graham did use his fast repair. Butchino coming into the pits. I don't know. Graham must have got in there and had to pit early. He didn't make it back around. Butchino's car doesn't look too bad, but we'll see. No pop out.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get a reading on the fuel there, but I drove down pit road there so I can top off next time by, see if we can stretch this as far as possible.
There you go.
Yep, and it is lap 2, and we are already playing the fuel game, so.
You have to. That's the thing about the Super
Absolutely.
Speedway, man. You got to try to find a way to flip the field. especially with those guys starting in the back. Sometimes the only way to do it is stretch your fuel as much as you can and as long as you can.
Well, as strong as these guys are, I think I could beat them outright. It'd be tough, but I'm going to play every angle of strategy I can to give myself any kind of advantage you can find, because this strength of this field is very high, and beating these guys is going to be tough. So you got to try to find any little edge that you can to get ahead of the competition here.
Well, and we saw it all last season. A lot of those races came down to fuel consumption, and not many better than Eddie Morris and Devin Butch. Those guys were masters. Saving tires isn't going to be a big deal tonight, but as this season gets deeper into these speedway tracks, they become masters of saving tires and fuel. It's almost like a science to them. So, curious to see how it's going to go. We got a lot of rookies in the league this year, and it's going to be exciting. Don't really know what they're going to bring. Right now, you've got a Patriot Sim Racing. They are kind of the unknown underdog, until we get to see them race. But definitely excited that they're here. Definitely adding to the league, helping it grow. It's going to be good things. Joe Wright, or D Wright actually, able to hold on to this lead and still has Matt Allen on the outside. You know what? Let's go check on Matt Allen. Because you know what? If they pop up, there they are. So, I got Duvendak in the right corner. I got Mr. Hartney. He's down there doing race control, spinning his laps. But Mr. Allen, we'll make him a little bit bigger for you guys. He's currently sitting second, and he opted to share that driver cam as he's hanging out tonight. So I got a little thing with Duvendak. I got Hartney, but Allen opted to share, and you know what? Maybe that's good luck as the 127 sitting on that outside.
Well, I think it's good luck because I avoided that wreck, so I might turn my camera on every week.
Every week. As everything is shuffling up, we're going to go back to our main screen. Get our horizontal ticker back up. Notice that the ticker this week is going to show the teams. So a little bit of added bonus. If they don't have a team, it's because they weren't here last week, and all the independents are driving for themselves. Eddie Morris hanging on the outside. He's got Josh Hall behind him. Strong outside lane right now. Hartney, he's hanging out behind Mr. D. Wright. Matt Allen dropped back to 5th, so I think he might have been out of place just a little bit. Still in great position. Pace car is away. As they're coming to lap 5 of the Devtona 500. Remember, this is only lap 5 of 100 stage, still at 35. Eddie Morris getting a little bit of jump. Is he going to be able to get in front of his teammate, Mr. D. Wright? He's got Josh Hall to his bumper. Morris going to come on down. That's going to leave Josh Hall, the first car on the outside.
We about wrecked for dead last back here, so that was a little tight.
I see it, a little bit of movement back there. As you've got a nice view of the field right now, able to see everybody.
That's the way I like it. I can avoid it then. It looks like we got a couple in the wall here in 3 and 4.
Well, right now, Eddie Morris, he's comfortably got his teammate D right behind him. Matt Allen, he's going to stick. Hartney going to stick.
At the back of the pack, it is a hornet's nest of a fight. They're just bouncing off each other, hitting the walls. About had a wreck coming out of 4 right there.
You can see right now these 5 cars up there by themselves. You don't have an outside car until you get to Josh Hall, who does have that Cat 5.5 sitting behind him, and Ryan Gomes. So inside lane right now seems to be the play. These guys just trying to keep the cars clean. Know they've got a long way to go. And a little bit of fuel strategy already, as they're going to let the leader, Eddie Morris, just burn up his fuel. I think they're okay with that. Getting a little bit loose back there from old Max McCarty, who Yeah, that's Max McCarty, and it looks like a brand new paint scheme with the shop car. Kind of threw me off, as you know, usually had the matching car to his brother, a little offset to it. But that was Max. Came up the track a little bit, able to keep it back down. Josh Hall not quite up to him. As you saw, a new fastest lap just happen. I want to say that was Fox. It was James Fox, 45.54. I think that'd be broken. Ooh, cars on the apron going in the middle back there.
I was gonna say, my spotter is yelling at me. They're wrecking in turn 4, but I'm not seeing nothing.
Nope, they weren't wrecking, but he was able to save it, come back up cleanly, but he definitely straddled the apron back there.
Yeah, it looks like we got a couple separate packs. So you got the main pack is kind of broken away. Then we got a decent-sized middle pack, and then we got this little pack that's here with me. And as we got another one flying down on the apron here on the backstretch.
Yeah, and you can see Tyler Powers. He's going to be in that 45. He's going to be the last car on that lead pack. Looks like he's trying to drop back a little bit, maybe to try to grab the other pack. He's got Carlton Charles back there and Joe Wright. They're leading pack number 2. That's where you'll find Devin Butchino, Michael Prevost, Ryan Likens. They're back there in that second pack, and they are trying to run down this lead pack. Plenty of time to do it. I think they feel a little bit safer, broken apart right now. And then if you come back here with old Duvendak, he's got Kevin Graham Jr. and Brock Salvati. These guys definitely lost a little bit. They're trying to catch that draft to Brad Young. We'll see.
And my field gamble might pay off here. We got 25 coming to 26 laps to go on the stage, and I got 25.2 laps of fuel. So I'm gonna catch up to this pack here. We're gonna see if we can save a few laps of fuel, and you know, we might be able to push this again and see if we can stretch out the fuel to make it to the stage.
Well, you just got the in-car cam of Eddie Morrison, all clear ahead.
Oh, we're wrecking in the tri-oval.
And there is that little contact going on as caution is out.
Well, there went my fuel strategy right out the window.
We'll see what we can figure out here. Is your car kind of disappeared a little bit. Let's see where this one happens. Somewhere behind Butchino. Right there. And that's going to be the 27. Where is my 27? He is all the way in the back. It's not going to be a good night for Carlton, as that may be his second incident. We'll see. Might be a park it if it's his. But we'll see. I don't think this one's going to fall on Carlton, as he was kind of turned down into. He gets spun around and just pushed up, and car destroyed. That third pack, remember they were coming? Gave them plenty of time to check it up. That's going to bring the field back together. Carlton coming down.
We'll wait to see here if anyone pits. Try to get some fuel or not. Might be able to stay out here and snag a few positions. Or if I don't see anyone pit, I might just go down and top off again.
Well, I'll tell you what, Carlton did not use his fast repair after that first wall incident. No chance he makes it out this time. There it is. He's coming back off. Fresh car, brand new.
Looks like the leaders are pitting. Looks like most of the pack is going to pit here, so my strategy here to take fuel and try to flip the field might work out in my favor more than I was expecting.
Well, it looks like two of you did opt to stay out. As we see that, I believe that's 45 of Powers out. I think Joe Wright. Oh, Joe Wright. There you go. Worked
my
together
boy.
the other night. He stayed out, and you're going with them. The pits are unleashing. Here they all come off pit road. There they go. That's going to bring Eddie Morris. He's going to come back to 4th. And where are we at? 2 to go?
Yes, we are at 2 to go. We're in the middle of the backstretch here. Looks like we just the 3 of us stayed out here, so it'll be interesting to see how this fuel plays out with the 3 of us leading the pack here, having to try to save a little bit extra fuel still. So,
well, Tyler Powers opted to stay out. He's going to be the new leader. Trying to see if I can. There he is. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm actually going to go check in with Tyler. Tyler's guy in the booth. You got a copy. Tyler, you got a copy. All right, we got a little bit of no little technical difficulty as Tyler not on the headset. May have been trying to talk. I didn't hear him, so we're going to move on from Tyler, but he did opt to stay out. He's got Joe Wright, Duvendak. Tyler, though, that was a gamble. He is on a 12-lap stint. Joe Wright and Duvendak, they did the top off. As you see, they just they went to 9 and 8 laps, so a little bit of difference is Tyler has not come down the pitch yet. As we're sitting 13 laps. Going green at 14. It's going to leave 21 laps to go until the stage. This front gonna try to stretch it. Joe Wright, he's gonna have a little bit of help. He's got Eddie Morris with him. He's got Hartney with him. But he's back there in 11th. Remember, he did not have to use his fast repair as he was involved in the early incident. Got a little deja vu from the Truck Series. The only 2 fast repairs we've had tonight, actually 3, Jake McCarty, and he must have taken the damage off of Balenciaga there. Carlton Charles. Dang Balenciaga. Oh, Carlton, you were not involved. It was Balenciaga. I mix you 2 guys up. You talk to me the most. But, get off your phone. We're Super Speedway Racing, and Carlton's over here like, I wasn't involved in the first wreck. Doesn't even have his hands on the steering wheel. He's ready to go.
like I said, these guys have a lot of talent here.
They got a ton of talent. Funny thing about that is we do have that nice, beautiful No Text and Drive sponsored race coming up soon. And we know which driver is going to sponsor that one, the one who does it the most.
All right, so I'm sitting at 23 laps of fuel, so I think we're going to be good here as long as we're not leading and burning too much fuel.
Well, and we have a couple cars. They are not on the lead lap, but you see the flagging. We're green, green, green as they're going to come back around. What a view up there. Duvendak jumping up in front of Eddie Morris. Oh, opts not to, comes back down. He was looking
a little swirly there, so I didn't want to hold it in front of him.
Well, you safely got back down. That's going to allow Powers and Wright. They're going to get out in front, and I think at this point, I think you're okay with that. They're on the same strategy. Wright on a much longer, or Powers on a much longer strategy than Duvendak and Wright. Everybody else will try to. I don't know if anyone's going to stay out at the stage. That'd be a gamble. I think you got to pit. There's not going to be too much of a flip. So, we got a little bit of chaos going down. You see the cars shuffling in and out.
Yeah, these cars are extremely loose tonight. It's kind of weird feeling just any slight, if you try to be aggressive on your move, it just feels like the tail end wants to kick out on you.
Well, you know what? With that, let's take a look at our current weather conditions. Everything's in Celsius, which is, we're going to get rid of that. That is not going to help us. It's 79 degrees, 134 on the track, so it's hot.
Yeah, that track temp is high.
It is a high track temp. That is definitely going to keep these cars a little bit squirrely. Josh Hall right back there up in front. He's going to be the second car on the outside. You see Matt Allen, he's going to be the third car on the, or he just dropped to the bottom side. Butchino's now going to be the third car on the high side. Ooh, Hall comes down in, almost makes contact with Allen. Devin sees it. He's going to dive to the bottom side. Try to get into safety. Thing about Daytona, any of these super speedways, a lot of guys feel real comfortable on the bottom. They know the wrecks are going to slide up the track. They're going to go towards the wall and then come back down. So they feel they're able to dive down around it, keep their car safe. Doesn't always work out that way. As Josh Hall trying to push Duvendak, he's going to pop out, do a little bit of breathing. He's got Max McCarty behind him.
He gave me a huge shot on the back. I thought we were going to get a run, but it just stalled out after I got off his bumper.
Well, Eddie Morris back in the lead. And in second, the Pizza Man, Blaze Richardson, has moved his way up. He is up 7 spots right now. But no one gaining as much as Mr. Joe Wright. Up 27 spots on the night. Flipping that field paid off. As he's going to try to complete this run. See if he can make it to the end of stage 1 here. That gamble paid off. As you see, they come around the Geico restart zone. Get there right to lap 18. Number 35, caution will fly. We've had a couple cautions tonight, but for the most part, it's been pretty calm. We've seen the field kind of break up into multiple positions. And what we're seeing, there's some different strategies. I mean, I think the staying out strategy definitely benefited the drivers who did it, as Duvendak up 19, Wright up 27, Blaze did not stay out, but Tyler Powers losing some ground as he fell to 8th, but still up 6 positions on the night.
Yeah, Powers came across the radio, said he might have some damage there, and I could definitely tell in that high lane, I was trying to push him to the lead, that we were kind of bogged down a little bit, so luckily I was able to get out from behind him, down here 4th in line in the bottom lane, and it looks like he ended up just dropping like a rock after that.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Powers is okay with that. I think he flipped his field, he stayed out. Now he's got to fight for every position, see if he can get some stage points here. It's going to be hard with 16 laps to go. We got a wreck going on, so this is probably going to bring out the caution, and there it flies. As that's going to happen behind the leaders. Let's get back to our beautiful caution screen. Mr. Harvick over here. That's Sunbelt Reynolds caution screen. It's flown a couple times tonight.
Hey, I'm okay with that. It's nice to see Kevin Harvick on the screen.
Yeah, and you know who's not okay with that is Max McCarty. As it looks like he was involved and already used his fast repair. McCarty comes up, hits Hall, and then may have gotten touched from behind him. Is that a Gomes brother? I believe it is. It's not Ryan. Is it Riley? It is Riley. So let's see if Riley actually makes contact here. See if we can get behind the car into the far chase. And you can see it happening right there. Max, not the best push on Josh. Kind of hits him in the corner panel and then kind of breaks loose as Gomes behind him. The back end just kind of gives out. And he just swerves. Looks like he just swerves down into the 85, not able to control it. You said the cars were getting squirrely, and it just looked like his car got squirrely. Just lost control of it, and the caution comes out with that. And that is...
Yeah, like I said, that track temp is playing games with us tonight. These cars are extremely loose.
Well, I don't think that's going to be a good one for Max. Let's go find him. That might be it for Max McCarty.
You know what? I look around up here. This top 4 looks awfully familiar.
Man, I'll tell you what. It sure does. It looks like teammates over there in another league. So
yeah, all 4 of us.
You guys can go learn. Eddie Morris had it today. You guys can go learn, but I'll tell you what. Not here. It's all about Eddie Morris and Joe Wright. You better find a friend in Blaze.
Oh, I got this.
The Pizza Man, because you got Eddie Morris, Joe Wright, and Devin Butch, and the way they're lined up now, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 on that inside line.
Listen, there ain't many people in this world faster than a pizza delivery guy, so I have all the confidence in the world that me and Blaze can get this done.
Nope, McCarty not done. He got it fixed. He's coming out. Not looking too bad out there. All right, well, you know what? Let me go up in neon here. All right, give me a second. Give me a second. You're good. I muted it because I knew what to do. Come in. Hey, Team Neon, guy in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, brother.
Man, y'all looking really good out here. You got Eddie Morris. You got Mr. Wright. You got Butch. You guys are going to be up there almost in a row. If this comes out right. Joe, flipping the field, man. Staying out and opting. How's that gas looking?
Man, it was crazy at the back. I topped off with one to go after the first caution, so I'm good on gas by a couple laps still, so we're good.
Man, brother, well, that's good to hear. You're going to have a lot of teammate help. Flipped it. Right now, our biggest mover up 27 spots. Thought I'd come up in here and congratulate y'all. Y'all finally getting back together. Looking like a big run coming, man. So we're up in the booth watching y'all, and good luck.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it, guy.
All right, brother, we're out of here. Always good to go up there and check on Team Neon and see what they're doing. As takes a couple seconds to get their attention, as they're always up there talking strategy inside there.
You left me here by myself, and I was talking strategy to myself, so luckily nobody heard it.
Nobody heard your secrets.
Thank
Nobody heard them. But since it's on the broadcast now, I'll tell you what, Joe Wright, he's good to go. You're good to go.
Yeah, I think we got quite a few extra laps to the good here, so I don't think either of us can have to pull the reins back here. We're gonna go full bore at this point.
Well, you've got a champion sitting behind you. You've got Devin Butchino, so you've got some help with you. You got a pizza man in front of you, but Butchino's got his 2 teammates to your inside. So gonna be a good restart here, as what will be at 23, 12 laps to go.
Yeah, it looks that way, and if I'm a betting man, I would be pretty smart to get down with those guys here, but we'll see. See what me and Blaze can do on the high line here.
Well, we have definitely seen those big runs really staying on the bottom side. The top side not getting as put together, but a lot of racing to go, as we are going to have this pace car dive off. These guys are going to look to try to get this run going. Beautiful field coming by. Pace car way. Thank you, Carlton. The text and drive 235. Yeah, the text and drive. I'm sorry. We're promoting it now.
Text and drive, text to drive. It's all the same, right?
No, well, I think we're supposed to not text and drive, but if you're Carlton Charles, you're going to text and drive. And just like that, Butchino, he's going to get to the bottom side. Single file all the way back to car 8.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of people sit here and Russell Wilson this and just let's ride for a little bit.
Let's ride. They know they got to get through the next 12 laps. Brent Murrell going to be the last car before you get to Cody Bullock, who also just dropped back down. That's going to have Michael Prevost going to be the first car on the outside with Josh Hall. I've said it before, if you got a Wright brother behind you, you're going in the right direction. As Joe Wright shoving Eddie Morris. Blaze going along for a ride. Duvendak following with them. I think they're going to be pretty content with that. As right now you see most of the field going single file. Little bit of flashing going on there. Back there in the 10th spot. As Tyler Powers. I don't think that was Tyler flashing. He may have had a car disappear in front of him. As they're going to stay green with 10 to go. Till stage 1.
Kind of surprised to see the single file on the bottom lane here, because usually with these next-gen cars, you see them get single file, but it's usually up by the walls where it seems you can make your best time. So it'd be interesting to see if this back half of this pack, knowing that, will try to get together and jump high and see if they can make up some time to get up here.
Well, I think, and you know, I'm thinking that same thing. We see it no matter what track we go to, is that high lane in these next gens, it really seems to be the favored lane, especially as a driver like Eddie Morris. Eddie Morris is a driver you barely ever see on that bottom lane. Right now, he's down there, and I wonder if that track temp is having anything to do with it. Maybe give him a little extra room for sliding. I don't know. That back. Well, you are a single file all the way back to Josh Hall right now. Josh Hall currently sitting 14th as he's going to pass now. And then you see that second half of that pack, they've kind of fallen back there a little bit. Really single file now.
And we are getting sideways out of every turn right now, so this track temp is definitely playing a role in this field right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, they know they've got about a few laps to go until they're going to be able to change these tires and start the process all over. I know a lot of these guys looking forward to that. You can see that the back half of the pack is kind of just falling away. Where's Hartney? There it is, led by David Hartney. He's going to be in 18th. And that's that second pack. He's going to have Sylvain and McCarty's are back there. You got Junior back there. Carlton, Jake McCarty. So there's some pretty strong drivers mixed back there, and maybe they're just riding for safety at this point. Most of those, a lot of them have used their fast repair. Especially when you mention Junior, he's used it. Sean Hill, he's had to use it. Garrett Fox, he's had to use it. So that backpack seems to be like it is all drivers who had to use that fast repair.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, we come into the stage break here in about, 8 laps? So just riding around back there, just surviving. I mean, when you're that far back, chances of you trying to drive up on the outside here to get any stage points is very slim to none. So them dropping back and just surviving, saving the car is probably the right move on their part.
Well, Jake McCarty, he's going to go another lap down. That's going to put him 2 laps down now. Ryan Likens, next caution if he's able to keep it clean. Well, where is he? There he is. He's riding back here. He would be your lucky dog if he can make it to the stage. That'd put him back on the lead lap. Right now, though, all single file. All following the Fried Piper. Our current truck champion leading this next-gen run. We'll see. Does Blaze Richardson go to make a move? Does he trust that Duvendak goes with him? We're going to find out.
I don't know. Or does Duvendak pull out first to make the move?
He might. definitely see cars poking out a little bit more, trying to breathe a little heavier. Really keeping and enjoying that single file, just trying to get to this stage break. Couple cars out. Billy Titoff, Charles Balenciaga, he's going to be out. But right now, Neon, 1-2. Trackside is 3. And SCSRA Broadcasting Team sitting fourth.
Woo! Yeah, baby. I'm going to show these guys what I got.
Hey, you got that? Well, I got a potato up here.
Oh, yeah. Tony Starch.
Tony Starch. I'll tell you what, old Dev Sports Cards, they wanted Ricky Spud, which is also a good one, but Tony Starch. Added just for this season and to bring some excitement. We're going to see what this guy can do.
Well, I can tell you he can't put his hair in a ponytail,
He cannot. He's only got one, and it's barely hanging on. Oh, Josh Hall, man. Josh Hall keeps poking out. He is looking and desperately seeking some help. See if somebody's going to pop out, maybe give him a little love, and he just doesn't have anyone behind him. He's only got one car sitting behind him, and they're not willing to come up. It's too quick to lose the pack here. He's got Tyler Powers behind him, but then Kevin Graham is way back. We'll see when this is going to go 2x2 because we know it's coming. And Hall already going to go all the way up by the wall. Still looking for some help.
I'm a betting man. I'm betting lap 35 itself. The last one will be when someone makes a move.
Michael Pervolt's got a 5 car. They're trying desperately to catch the draft of Josh Hall. Try to get pulled up to this lead pack, maybe make a last minute run. I don't think they're going to have enough time. It's going to be close. As you can see, they're a little squirrely back there, not staying as tight as this front line led by Eddie Morris.
And I think you really got to take into account here too is if you wait too long to make your move and the caution comes out, well, you just held your hand and did nothing with it. So I'm hoping someone here will make a move sooner rather than later in case that were to happen.
Well, and just remember here in the SCSRA NextGen series by Dev Sports Cards, that caution will fly when Eddie Morris comes across the line 2 seconds later. The caution will come out. Right now, these drivers, they know if a caution does come out, that'd be the stage, and that's it. As Butch, he's going to be the first car to pop up. He's going to get a little help. Who do you think it is? He's got a Wright brother with him. He's going to bring D Wright. And they're going to make a little bit of ground.
Oh, we got contact up here.
Blaze coming up. The contact kind of separated. It's good. Joe's good. Blaze is good. Butch, now going to have to push Blaze, who's now got Brent Merle with them. And everybody going to code back down. Oh, Blaze almost getting loose. Got a little bit of love tap there. Broke loose. Joe Wright not playing friendly with his teammate. He's going to pop back out. The 84 also going to come out. You didn't think these brothers were going to keep it real? No, they're going to race it to the end. And I am pretty sure that is D Wright, Joe Wright, Eddie Moores, Duvendak, Butchino. Woof.
Yeah, who is right, man. That was wild last lap. I got a bump off of 4, and I about looped that thing around.
Well, I will tell you what. I don't know if that is going to pull up right now. If this ended right now, it is. So, it's got you 5th right now. I think you're 4th.
Yeah, it was telling me to go around Devin after the caution there. So
Well, that's going to
I
put
pulled the
Neon 4 out of the 5 drivers, and the broadcasting team is going to be the 5th. Outside that, Blaze Richardson, Brad Young, Matt Allen, Tyler Powers, Brett Merle. They're going to round out your 10 stage point winners. And remember, we are accumulating points. We're going to let Mr. D. Wright get in there.
now I'm willing to bet everyone's going to pay here for fuel.
Everybody's coming in.
All right, I think we can agree on that one.
Joe Wright, Eddie Morris, D. Wright, Duvenak, everybody coming in. I can't see everybody staying out. Now, it did have Eddie Morris go in first, but I'm confused on why Wrights did not have to go in first. We'll see as they're coming back out. Looks like Joe Wright. Is he going to come out first?
Well, it appears that way.
He
I got
came
the
out-
Wright brothers in front of me.
He came out first. D. Wright came out second.
It's very bright up here in the field, man. There's a lot of neon lights up here, and it's blinding me.
There's a lot, that's for sure. But let me go grab Mr. I got to get him all the way down to the basement. Mr. Wright, guy in the booth, you got a copy?
Guy, I got you, man. How are you?
Man, no love lost between you brothers. This league is full of brother. In fact, one of these times, we're going to start this broadcast early. We're going to have a little brother session. We're going to get all the sets of brothers, and we're going to have a little question and answer, because there is no love lost. Y'all are racing each other hard, and I love it. So,
Them stage points are important, man.
well, you got them. So, starting off with that season, let me see. You had what? Your brother up there, Eddie up there, and Butch, coming in 5th. I think Duvenak's the only one who spoiled a neon sweep.
Yeah, woo!
Yeah, it was pretty tight coming up. I don't know that I actually got it. I don't know if it was when the caution came out. And when the caution came out, they had Joe ahead and Eddie behind him. So it's still debatable that I got it, but I appreciate the interview. I'll tell you that.
Man, I'm going to pull you up here because it was close. It was very close between you and Joe, and it had you out in front of them, and then it transferred you back.
Yeah, I know I definitely beat them all to the line for sure. It's just I think when the caution came out and who was ahead then.
Well, those 2 seconds clearly mattered. But, man, what are you looking forward to going forward here? You got some teammate help so far, everybody keeping it clean. What's the plan?
It's been fairly clean up front, I'll tell you that. So I think that's where we want to stay for sure.
Yeah, David, do me a favor. Share your guys' plan with me. I'd like to know.
No, it's definitely been clean up front. If you've been able to see the back there, buddy, it's been a little squirrely. They've been really trying to catch you guys up in the front. So I think right now you got to stay with them teammates and see how far you guys can push this up in front. But,
thanks, Guy. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Well, hopefully I catch you at the end. We'll have to check on the stage because it was that close. So we're going to go back and take a look at it.
Either way, I look forward to seeing you after the race.
Yes, sir. Look forward to it.
Love that confidence.
All right. Mr. D. Wright coming in. That stage was close, and like I said, that 2-second gap, you saw D. Wright come across the line first. That was a guaranteed, but that 2-second break, was Joe able to get back in front? Was Eddie Morris? We're going to have to go back and take a look.
Yeah, so what lap do we go to for stage 2 here, Mr. Guy?
Well, there is no stage 2 tonight, sir. We are going to lap 100.
No, okay.
So you got a
I got
long
enough
run
fuel.
and buckle that seatbelt. If you got enough fuel, then you win this race by some sort of cheating.
A large shot.
Oh, man. Pace car going away as we are entering stage 2 and final stage, going all the way to the checkered here. Joe got Duvendak behind him. David on his outside. Morris dropping down. He's got Butch. There's a lot of neon. And Josh Hall still not buying into the bottom line. He's opting. He's been up in that high line. He's trying to get these drivers to join him. And finally, he's gonna drop back down. He's gonna be down about 8th place, as he had no help up high. Josh, definitely one of those drivers, wants to test it. He's been trying all night. Nobody willing to go with him. That's gonna have to change if they want to flip the field. Oh, Duvendak getting a little squirrely there, as he's sandwiched between two Wright brothers. Doing a really good job pushing the 82. And Joe, actually, Dave almost got you loose there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, these things are extremely loose off the turns. And, I mean, what better sandwich to be in than the right sandwich, right?
Yeah, can't be the wrong one, it's the right sandwich.
Exactly.
Back to single files. You've got Eddie Morris, Butchino, Blaze Richardson, Matt Allen, Josh Hall. Where is Mr. David Hartney? Well, I'll tell you where he's definitely at. A look of concentration by Mr. David Hartney. As he's currently going to be the last car in our top 10. Right now, lap 41 of 100. As we get closer, we'll change it over to laps to go. Oh, buddy. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. Welcome to the chat. Blaze did not win, so no free pizza.
What, you didn't win the stage? There's free pizza if you won the stage?
If Blaze wins the stage.
See, why didn't you tell me that
I didn't know. I just saw it in the chat. Cheese said, hey, if Blaze wins, free pizza for everyone. I mean, I would have went up and talked to Hartney and told him to start DQing Team Neon. Like, hey, we need pizza.
Man.
Like, DQ anyone that gets in front of them. Give them EOLs for everybody.
I failed America, that's for sure, because I was up there with Blaze. Had I known that.
That's what I'm saying is, we've got a little indication of, not quite sure what happened. Did Jake have a little bit of incident back here?
I don't know, but the Wright brothers just pulled high and gave me the lead, but I have a feeling that was on purpose here.
Oh, I think that's very much on purpose, as you're going to save them some gas, as they're going to file back and it's their turn to conserve. They gave you a couple laps. They gave you your chance.
I got one.
You got one.
That's all you need is one for the point, right?
Well,
now I'm going to give Kevin his point. I'm going to save fuel off Kevin now. So, I mean, it was a win-win.
Everybody moving back. As you see, the Wright brothers nowhere near, and they're pushing. They're not keeping that gap too tight, as they like to see that 84. You see David, he's way back there. He's going to save as much fuel as he can and be A-OK pulling the draft at his brother. Eddie Morris and Butchino, they're going to push him up a little bit. That's a lot of neon on that bottom line. Starting to get a little squirrely here in that back end. As
we got a caution.
We do. And where did that happen? It looks like Tim Likens may have had an incident. Let's see. Oh, it is definitely Mr. Likens having a little bit of an incident. Let's see. We're going to have to change his camera off TV too.
Oh, Carlton Charles is taking blame. I wonder if he's texting.
Oh, man, I hope not. Let's see if we can find Tim. As these cameras just not cooperating right now, is Carlton taking the blame?
It sound like over the radio, so.
Let's see if we can get to Carlton. As we know, Likens was involved. And it will not pull those two up. For some odd reason, they are back, and Likens' car having... There it is. Finally able to get all the way back to it. Carlton, he's going to hit the inside of Likens, and that's going to send Likens around and around and bring out another caution early in a stage. Duvendak coming in. He's coming with Wright brothers. He's got David Hartney, Eddie Morris, Riley Gomes, Devin Butchino. Looks like Trey Spears, Powers, they're all coming in. Except Mr. Kevin Graham. He's going to opt to stay out. Cody Bullock, he's going to pray for some cautions too, as he's going to opt to stay out. Salvati, he's going to flip. Fox, Joe Vaught.
You know, it's not a bad strategy because should we catch a couple cautions there, I believe those guys can stretch it far enough to make this a one-stop race for them. But me, I'm going to play it a little more safe. We still got 55 laps to go here, so that's a long way to be trying to already be in fuel conservation mode. So we're going to just get enough fuel here. That way, if we do happen to go green, we'll have 4 or 5 extra laps for some green-white checkers.
Well, if you look at the tower now, you can see why those Patriots Sim Racing, new to the league, trying to make a statement. I mean, they've been riding pretty clean up in there in the back. It's been a little chaotic back there sometimes for them, but they had to find a way to get to the front. It's the best way to do it is a caution and flip it. Allen Motorsports, Kevin Graham, also going to stay out. His teammate, Matt Allen, currently 14th. You can see Duvendak. He's going to be the first car out from those guys who pit, followed by a slew of Team Neon. I'm talking all 5 of them going to come out together. Blaze Richardson, 13th. He's going to have help with Josh Hall. And that's going to round out our team battle. Mr. Fox, you can see he's still holding on to that fastest lap. So definitely exciting. And we are still 2, right?
We are coming to the 1 to go right now.
Well, we're going to try to get them in here real quick. It's going to have to be very, very quick, but if I can find Neon. Joe, guy in the booth, to get a copy.
Yes, sir, guy. What's up?
Buddy, we got to get you down here quick. I think you may have the stage. Your brother may have had it. Depends on when that caution came out. Haven't had a chance to go look at it, man, but wanted to call you up with an incredible run, man, and really tell you congratulations, and I'm glad to see you racing your brother harder than ever.
I appreciate that. Eddie expected me to stay behind him, too, he said. But, yeah, I mean, the caution put me at the front, so behind the pace car. So I would imagine that when the caution came out, I was leading that thing. So
Well,
yeah, depending on how the league scores it. But, man, it was a great run to the line. I wish we could have kept going. That was pretty sweet.
Well, no love lost up there in Team Neon. You guys went in together to pit on this caution. You all came out together. Looks like Patriot decided to stay out, so they're going to make some difference. But we're about to go green. So
it's a one-stop race for us now, for us. I don't know what theirs looks like.
Well, Patriot's going to have to pray for some cautions. Duvendak's doing some math on them. Looks like they're going to have to pray for some cautions and maybe make it a one-stop. Everybody who just pit, they are one-stop from here on out. So, but good
Awesome.
luck. Good luck to Team Neon.
Thank you, sir.
And hopefully we catch you guys all at the end of the race.
Sounds good.
And that was Mr. Joe Wright, as he may be your stage winner. It's going to be one of those Wright brothers. It's going to depend on when that caution flew and when it cycled. The way that iRacing, and they moved him around at that last second, I believe, at first I thought it was going to be Dave. I think it's going to be Joe, and
I think it was me.
it's definitely not Duvendak, and it's not Eddie Morris. It is a Wright brother for sure. We don't care what he says. Well, not today.
Yeah. They had tape on their grills, so they're getting black flag.
Well, you might have that web glove going on, trying to get a little... There's points penalties for that. As pace car is away, we are almost to the halfway as they enter the Geico restart zone. Graham on the bottom, Bullock up top. Couple drivers we haven't talked about. Graham, Silvati, Bullock, Fox, Jay Vaught. This field is flipped. Neon still in the area. But here come the rookies. They're going to try to keep it together. These guys teammates too. We got a whole team of rookies coming into the league. And that's going to be Patriot Sim Racing. Currently sitting 3, 4, and 5.
And I'm not sure, but there's a huge wreck in 3 and 4. This
it's
bottom
still
lane,
going on back there, and everybody still seems to be going.
wow, that looked like a lot of smoke in my review. I definitely thought that was a caution, but this bottom lane is just not going anywhere. It is continuously checking up for some reason.
Well, track temp still maintaining 134. Still a nice 79 degrees out. Weather not changing too much as we enter the halfway. I don't know if you're going to get too much track cooling going on, as it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it can only get hotter. We'll get a little bit loose there.
They are wrecking up here in the front.
And there it goes, and you're going to be involved in that one, as that is going to be huge, as the 66, I believe, just broke loose there. I saw it as it was happening. And we're going to have to get up there to, yep, that was definitely 66 involved. He may have gotten a little loose.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of smoke in front of us, and then all chaos broke out. So I knew my best option was just to put this car in the outside wall and hope everyone cleared. And luckily, that's what it was. I don't think I took too much damage.
Well, you can see it. You've got the 82 and the 66. The 127 hits Mr. Right there, and Wright nowhere to go. Hits the 66 right up into the wall. Nowhere to go. 23 involved. Duvendak riding it out. 127. He's getting airborne a little bit. We're going to have to check out some different camera angles on this here. Let's go ride with Matt Allen, as he went for a ride. There is no question about it. Matt Allen definitely had the worst of this. There he goes airborne, comes back down. And we are going to see some fast repairs. This car definitely took a beating though. As into the pits he's coming. It's going to be a busy pit stop.
So that one there was pretty big. That might have used a couple more fast repairs there.
Oh, I think it's going to, and a lot of fast repairs already used. This could put some guys in some trouble.
Looks like Ryan Likens is getting back in the lead lap. We've been talking about that for the last 30 laps, I think. So he finally gets the break he needed.
And he is back. Did you see some damage trying to get fixed? Three cars still sitting on the pits. Sylvain, and that's 66. Remember, he got the initial shot off the pusher and kind of got that broke loose, and the whole checkup happened, and he did not pit. So, Fox, Salvati, and Sylvain all stay out. That's going to move. Sylvain is up 30 spots. Remember, he did not run the duels last week. So, he started dead last. He is all the way back up. Currently, our race leader. We'll switch on our timing tower over here. And as you see, Sylvain, he is an independent driver. We'll get that updated after the race. Brock is an independent driver. James Fox, he is Patriot Sim Racing. He opted to stay out as his teammates went in. Duvendak able to hold off Eddie Morris, Butchino, Hartney, as Joe Wright involved in a wreck, and I believe his brother took some damage there, as D. Wright has fallen all the way back to 16th. So Neon kind of split up now. Jay Vaught, first teammate, looking to catch James Fox. Allen Motorsports, still not able to link back together. A little bit closer is Matt Allen and Kevin Graham. M&M Racing, Michael Pervolt. He's going to be looking for some help as Junior and McCarty's and Brett Merle are going to look to try to get up there and help him. A lot of racing to go as we just passed the halfway point. We're going to keep our restart on, but we are going to take this time to check in with one of our sponsors. And the pace car is off. Sylvain going to get out to a lead. Duvendak's going to go high with the 97. Try to get the 97 to clear the 66. He does. 66 almost comes down into the apron. Duvendak looking to clear the 66. If not, he's going to be in trouble. He's got no help behind him. Oh, he's got one popping out. Will he catch a break here? He knows up. And of course, to the rescue on that outside is going to be the 45 of Tyler Powers. 66 going in. He's going to pit now as he did not go in under the caution. That's going to put Duvendak to the lead as he's able to get past Brock Salvati as he lost his help. Tyler Powers giving him a shove, trying to keep him out in front, and he does. You got Joe Wright out there and Pervolt, Michael Pervolt, getting pushed by Mr. Wright, trying to get Pervolt up to the front. That'd be M&M Racing trying to get a little bit of representation. Incredible. We've had quite a fair share of cautions tonight, and 24 drivers still in the lead lap. As Blaze Richardson now down a lap. Both McCarty brothers down a lap. If you're Michael Pervolt, you would love to get Junior and Brett up there. Junior currently sitting 23rd. And Brett currently sitting second. So M&M making their way to the front. Eddie Morris and Devin Butchino. We do have a caution, and it looks... Oh, Sylvain driving slow. So was the 66 involved? I don't think so. We're going to have to go further back than that. That might be the end for Carlton Charles. As Carlton trying to get out of the way. I think he's going to run out of real estate, and he knows it. And right here, he knows he's out of time. And the 14 is going to become the victim. Carlton's got to slow down on that backstretch. He knows if he hits that bump, it's going to send him to the high wall, and he was not able to keep it down. I don't know. I don't know if maybe try to get it to the high wall. I don't know if he had time, but if you're Tim Likens, that is just wrong place, wrong time, and nothing you can do. As Carlton's car is exploded. Our new leader, Brett Merle. Well, we got another caution. We're on lap 56. We're going to take about a 2-minute break, and we're going to check out a personal commercial made from, well, y'all just tune in. That is the I Got Your 6 Veteran Crisis Hotline. Means a lot if you were a veteran. Some of those videos you kind of laugh at to kind of hit home. And then for some, the end kind of hits home a little harder. So keeping it real, as Duvidak and myself, we are both veterans, disabled veterans of the United States Air Force. And if you see in that video, you've got that lovely gunship. That was our baby many, many moons ago. And we're always spreading the word. Anything good for veterans, so.
Yeah, absolutely. And every time I see that post come up on Facebook, I share it every time because there's nothing more to be proud of than to serve our country and to bring the attention to what those men and women do on a daily basis to keep us all here at home safe. You can never do it enough.
No, and there's definitely some humbling, man. One of my favorite parts of that video is the guy running and just drop kicking the other guy wearing the body armor. And I think, how many times does that happen the first time you put body armor on? That you're like, hey, let's get drop kicked. I don't know why we're thinking about it, but it happens.
And we're about to drop kick the green flag right now.
It sure is. Pace cars away. Merle, Pervolt, M&M Racing, they're up front. As we are green. Well, Carlton, maybe we do need to text the drive. I don't know, buddy. But you know what? Early end of the night, that gives you the rest of the night to come hang out with us. Man, you know Dev got a commercial. He knows a guy who can make them. For an extra $5, Mr. Butchino gets himself his own commercial. He can't ask for a better broadcasting team. We'll shout ourselves out on that one. Merle, Pervolt, they're out in front. They've got a pair of neon drivers in Joe Wright and Devin Butchino sitting third and fourth. You see Pervolt poking out. Can't see him trying to make a pass on his teammate. He's going to ride, try to breathe his car. Wright giving him enough room up there. And you know Wright saving some gas. 40 laps to go, as much gas as you can save. It'll be a quicker top off when they need it. Rob all the way back in 10th, kind of creating a second pack back there.
Yeah, I kind of got freight train there in the restart, and I'm not sure. I know I don't really have any damage to this thing, so it's just like, I don't know if they just got a huge run or what, but we're starting to close the gap back up here.
Well, you've got Matt Allen, Tyler Powers, Brock Silvati, and Brad Young with you. That's going to be our second pack as they're trying to chase down Merle, Pervolt, Wright, Butchino, Spears, and Morris. And Wright. As we'll tune in to our Daytona 500 camera. 40 laps to go. And some lap traffic on the outside. As you see, they're cleanly getting around Garrett Fox. Garrett Fox gonna up to the high side. Currently 14 laps down. He's had a rough go. Good news for that backpack. They're starting to spread out a little bit. Those front seven, though, staying tight, pushing their way around, led by Brett Merle. Cody Bullock, James Fox, they're 8th and 9th. Duvendak still getting pushed by Matt Allen. Matt Allen doing a pretty good job trying to keep him up. This back row does not want to lose time on those front. I don't know if you're in the chat. What's the best commercial of the night? We got a couple that we've ran so far. We're still missing one. We'll get that one played, hopefully, before we go into our post-race interviews. Well, what you guys think out there is we have 17 viewers going right now, so definitely thank you for checking in. Keep the chat active. You got some drivers in here, some drivers that are retired early. They're going to come and hang out in here. You got Cheese, who should be working. He's listening to the race as always. SJ Sports Cards, welcome to the chat. As Duvendak going to the high side, the damage might be too much and might be a little hidden damage as you letting these cars go by and try to catch.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think I really have any damage, but it's just not working up there, so I'm just getting out of the way. Let these guys all go.
Definitely a smart move. If you see yourself losing time, you got to sometimes change it and just be easier to catch up in a little bit. As let's look at our fast repairs. As M&M, these front two drivers, they've got them. Joe Wright, he's used his. Butchino has his. Trey Spears has his. Morris, Wright, they have theirs. Neon, keeping it clean for the most part, is just Joe Wright. Is the only one that had to use it. Bullock, Fox, Allen, those four drivers, they've all used one. And right now, the back of the pack still keeping it clean. And that's going to be Josh Hall, Gomes, Blaze Richardson. They were able to repair any damage they may have acquired during this race. And keeping those fast repairs for the end. As we're coming up on my favorite lap, lap 66. And with lap 66, I say it's my favorite. It's my daughter's softball number, so always seeing it. Used to race it. We'll switch it over because that's going to leave us 35 laps to go. That might be my new thing. We hit lap 66. We'll start switching it over to 35 laps to go. Or whatever it is as we go week by week.
It'll be interesting to see here if these leaders try to short pit this stop here. Take less fuel on the front end here. Get in their fuel window and get back out there. That way they don't have to pit again the rest of the race.
Well, and I'll tell you what. If you're those front three drivers, you're on a 16 lap. Davin Butchino on 21 laps. So 5 lap difference between top three and the fourth driver. Prevost and Joe Wright, still our biggest movers. Let's take a look at that. We'll show you our top 5. As that's going to be Butchino up 15, Fox up 17, Salvati 19, Prevost 23, and Joe Wright 27. So these guys having a heck of a night, and they're happy to be up front. Remember, Joe flipped it by staying out and taking a gamble, and so far that gamble's paid off. And moving forward, we'll see what he does here, if he's going to take that short pit like you talked about. Let's see, it looks like the 97, Salvati, he might actually be, let's go look at, I don't want that one. We want to go to the leader. And that's between Brett Merle and Brock Salvati. That is our second pack, and they're sitting 6.5 seconds back. We'll see if these guys able to close this up a little bit as this goes on. And you can see that front pack still slowly climbing, still pulling away a little bit as they are now 7. The back pack just not as organized as the front.
Yeah, and it all comes down to who's leading and who's pushing the front of the pack there. And that third car plays a very pivotal role in whether or not that pack can turn the fastest laps or not, because he has to be able to essentially push that car in front of him, the second car in line, through that what they call the beach ball effect in front of the second car there to get to the back bumper of that lead car. So without the guy third in line, without him pushing that guy in second in line, he's not able to get to the guy first in line and keep this pack moving. So I'm not quite sure who's leading this pack. And again, this is only my first race for these guys, so I don't really know a lot of these drivers, so I don't know what their capabilities are. But if I had to guess, that was probably the reason why right now that we're slowly have been losing time to this lead pack.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think you are 100% correct, as the 85 almost comes down and makes contact with that lead pack, but 85 going to go up into the wall, and he's going to hook back down and just take out the 43. I am not sure what just happened there, as Garrett Fox just seemed to lose it. We're going to have to ride with Mr. Fox. It did, I am not sure. We're going to go inside the cockpit of Fox, and we're going to take a look. He definitely came down close to that lead pack, tried to get up high. He knew the second was coming, lost control, and from there, just not able to keep it off the bottom of the racetrack. You see, he takes the corner, doesn't quite come around. And then from that point, you're going to have a casualty in the 43. Well, that is going to be the caution that everyone needed. They were still losing time. The front did not want to see it. If you're David Hartney, oh, you're not happy.
Yeah, and it looked like they gave him plenty of room in that high lane, and I don't know, it looks like he got stuck in the wall almost and was turning the wheel hard left to get out of it, and it just came out so quickly he just couldn't control it and went straight down into him.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Mr. Hartney currently, we got him up on the driver cam. He still looks pretty relaxed. He's gonna have to come in though and clean this car up. We'll let it clean up a little bit. I do not. He's up there, Neon. We're gonna pop this here for you. If you take a look, David Hartney does a fantastic job. I mean, not only is he out here racing, keeping it clean. Look at this screen going on. He's got numbers, track maps. He is operating our race control. He's able to keep this race organized, and heck of a job, man. Over here doing everything he can as an admin, and just gets sideswiped. I don't think nothing he could do. I don't think he ever saw it coming. Fox just came down off that wall, and that was it. But you could see.
Well, to be honest, I can't really blame him. I mean, that car was so high up there in the wall. I would never have thought it would have came off the wall that far and down into the inside lane.
No, and sometimes that's just the struggles you get when you try to get it off that wall, and sometimes it comes off a little bit too hot. And right at that part of the track, coming out of that turn, it sure did. But I'll tell you what, kudos to Mr. Hartney. We've got him on the driver cam right now, and he looks pretty relaxed. I don't know if I would look that relaxed. That tells me that Discord's all right up there. They're not too upset. He's like, okay, guys, I'm having a good time. But Definitely doing a heck of a job with race control. He's trying to get this. It's hard, man. I don't know how you can get the race back under control after you just got wrecked and never saw it coming, but he's doing it. But that will bring out our Sunbelt Rentals caution. And I said we'd get to our other commercial. We'll get to that Sunbelt commercial now.
It's not very often you find a job where you look forward to coming to work every day.
The equipment rental specialist is a great way to start your career here at Sunbelt. You're the face of the branch, that first person that's going to give that customer that top-notch experience.
The everyday life as an ERS is never the same. Working with outside sales reps, job site visits, taking in a lot of phone calls. So being an ERS gives you a great opportunity to work in every aspect of the business.
When a customer gives me a call, I talk with them, find out what it is they're doing. They're going to have a delivery, ask for their address, get the information they need, how long do you need it for. Whenever they're done with it, they give me a call. I schedule a pickup and service it and send it back out to the next customer.
We work with anything as big as like excavators, skid steers, to generators, chainsaws. I get a huge satisfaction of just seeing the equipment and contributing to projects.
Once you become an ERS, doors are open for you and you can almost do anything in the company. I was able to learn. That allowed me to become an outside sales rep.
The opportunities are endless, and Sunbelt really promotes from within, so it makes it a great company to work for.
Sunbelt offers a great support system. If there's ever anything you don't know, everybody you work with is willing to help you.
The training we get here is phenomenal. Everyone here is just wanting you to be your best, and they're always helping you learn.
When starting, they were able to help me get familiarized with the equipment and making the transition from my previous role to this role. I was able to make that smooth transition.
An equipment rental specialist allowed me to propel to the position that I am today as an assistant manager, and that just shows how the opportunities are endless.
Sunbelt is really for the employees. There's something for everybody at Sunbelt.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to work for a company, check out Sunbelt Rentals, as a lot of praises coming from some of those employees in that commercial there. The equipment rental specialists. Per volt, right. They're going to be your front row. Little M&M and neon battle. As the pace car is away. '95 getting out in front. Right, closing the gap. And you see they're going to ride side by side. Oh, we're going to have a wreck right here in the beginning as we're riding in the car as we are going round and round. That camera could not have picked that up any better. As leaders, I'm not sure what happened with Mr. Wright. He came down and just not clear. Per volt.
That's got to be a bummer for Prevolt, because they were just giving him kudos before we went green there on being up in there in the lead, and then just to see it all go away that quickly.
Well, and I'll tell you, nothing he could do. He couldn't check up. Not a whole lot. I mean, that's uncharacteristic of Joe Wright. You don't see that too often, where Joe Wright comes down, thought he was clear, knew he couldn't go back up. As the three kind of closed the door, came down, they almost saved it, and then the second contact sends Prevolt back into the field. Wright taking big shots. Duvendak able to fly by there. As you see everybody getting straight, but that is going to bring out another caution.
Yeah, I tell you what, I felt like Barry Sanders out there, man. I was bobbing and weaving left and right. Juking out cars, saw people spinning all over.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think Wright thought that Trey Spears up there in the 3 was going to close the door as fast as he did, but he had such a run. Wright had nowhere to go, and he knew if Spotter probably tells him he's clear. He hesitated just a second, went down, and by that time, Prevost was there. Wright knew if he didn't get down, he knew up wasn't an option. He doesn't get down, he's getting funneled all the way to the back in the 3rd row. So, definitely such a split-second decision has to happen on Wright's part, and this time it's the wrong one. Not much you can do, but another caution is going to bring us, should restart here with, 20 to go. I do know these guys will be looking forward to moving on to Michigan next week. They love when speed weeks are here. They love the duels. They love starting it off with Daytona. But they are ready for it to go, as ready as they were for it to get here. It's a challenge when these guys use so many different types of tracks. The season's built kind of to build up and throw different levels and skills out, and they do a great job with the scheduling here to keep that build-up going. And this is definitely one of the toughest weeks, as they're going to have to start it fast and quick decisions.
Well, super speedway racing is a breed of its own. I mean, you either have it or you don't when it comes to super speedway racing, and there's really no in between with it. You're either really good at it or you just have no idea what you're doing out here. So it's definitely a track where anybody can win at, but you also have to know how the draft works, when to make your move, when not to make your move, what line to be in at the right time, and as we saw there in that one, when to be clear and when not to be cleared out. So you just a lot of luck comes into it, but a lot of driver skill absolutely plays a role in who wins these races.
Man, you couldn't have said it any better, and those decisions come so quick. We saw earlier, I know Carlton's still in this chat hanging out. We saw earlier the aprons are not forgiving in the super speedways. If you hit them, you're going. And that definitely takes a change. There's other tracks you can ride all over the apron, no big deal. Super speedways seem to be a little bit less forgiving, especially in the corners.
Yeah, and with these next-gen cars too, like if you barely touch that apron, if you're able to keep the car straight still, it kills all of your speed in the turns. And I was seeing it there a couple times. But I'm used to racing the Xfinity cars, and those you can ride that apron in the turns and touch it and still be fast. These you barely touch that yellow line. It seems to kill all your momentum, and you just end up getting freight strained on the outside. You kill the inside lane's momentum, and at that point you're going to lose 10 positions. So you really have to watch riding close to that line. You want to be as close to as possible, but you go over that limit and you touch it, you threw everything, all that hard work you did over the last 10 laps goes right out the window real quick.
Oh, couldn't have said that better. It absolutely does. Geez, welcome back for the ending. As we're going to be going green here with 21 to go-ish. Right now we're riding with the fan cam. I don't know if you saw. There's some good-looking fans up in those stands tonight. Those iRacing generated. And some pretty good campers going on, man. You got the travel trailers, you got the motorhomes. That infield is rocking.
I'm looking at that guy who's drunk down there in his tent. I think he's still passed out.
Nobody's moving. Look at that guy. He's like doing the Heisman right there over there by his. I don't know. Is that like his own little Chevy truck? Oh, I think we saw one move, a little duck and weave. It was pretty good. 58. Got some damage. James Fox. Remember, no fast repair for him, so he had to try to repair as much as he could.
Looks like we lost one of Team Neon here. Joseph Wright is just disconnected from the servers, so he must have had too much damage in that last wreck there to continue on.
Yeah, he did use that fast repair, the one and only from Team Neon, and it may have cost him here, but we are going to get back in. As we are going back green, this time it's going to be Trey Spears, Devin Butchino on his outside. Butchino's going to need the 14 of Tim Likens to get up to him. He's got a teammate on the inside as David Wright, the 84. Trey Spears is going to be able to hold the lead here. 14 still giving a lot of room to Butchino behind him. Not too much pushing going on there. The 1 coming up and giving the 3 a hard shove. Too hard of a shove. He actually has to duck underneath him below the yellow line. That's going to allow Butchino to get a huge run on the outside and become our leader with Tim Likens behind him. That's going to be
and we got Reckon off a corner.
I was just going to say, Jay Vaught, welcome to the top 5. Here you go. And we're going to backtrack real quick. Yeah,
that's on the apron, so I don't think we're going to get a caution for that.
We are not, and he came up. Eddie Morris just came up behind him, and I don't even think he touched him. I think it just broke loose. Jay Vaught maybe overcorrected coming out of the corner, came back down, and we're going to stay green. As Morris now going to drop to the bottom. That's going to put Matt Allen in the 127 on the high side. And believe it or not, I don't know. Josh Hall in the 81 is on the high side with Ryan Gomes. Go figure. Here comes Josh Hall. Has not given up on that high line all night. And he is sticking with it as he's going to come up here and give the 127 a huge shove. Will the 127 have the run to get in front of Butchino? He's going to clear. Will he come down? There's Hall and him are both clear. Will they both come down? No. Allen's going to become our new leader in front of Devin Butchino. That's going to keep Hall to the outside. The Cat 5-5 behind him. Getting a little squirrely. Brad Young in the 78. You've got the 14 of Tim Likens. They're going to be in that third row. Likens with a huge checkup falls back into Trey Spears. Here comes Josh Hall to the lead. Cat 5-5 Ryan Gomes able to get him back up there.
I tell you what, the pay window is open, and I'm a little surprised it's come with 20 to go. I thought they would settle down here, ride it around for a little bit with all the wrecks we've had.
Man, I think if you're Josh Hall right now, you have been begging for that outside line to work for you. It finally got some help, finally gave him some love. I think he had to take advantage of it while he had it, and Josh Hall to the lead. He's got one of my favorites, old Ryan Gomes in the Cat 5-5. I think it's the car, man. I think it's because he's the 5-5. He's got the Caterpillar car. It's grown on me since day one. It
is a beautiful car, that's for sure.
It is, man. And I constantly, since day one, I'm like, man, the Cat 5-5. But we're going to stop talking about him as the 127. Matt Allen gives him a huge shove in the push-to-pusher situation. He's able to save it. Thankfully, he was not right to the bumper of Josh Hall, or that could have been catastrophic, as we are going to go 3 wide. Duvendak in the middle of it. Back there for...
That was a huge checkout.
Back there for 13th. It put you guys 3 wide for a few seconds, but it's going to allow Josh to get out in front. Butchino going to go to the high side. He's looking for Trey Spears to give him a little love. Will Brett Merle go with him? Yes, he will. The 11 moving to the high side. Butchino going to come back down. He's going to get linked up with teammates Eddie Morris and D. Wright. But right now, the Canadian leading the race. Don't you know?
Eh?
Eh? How long will Butchino and Morris and Wright sit back? They know. They know at any time they can go to that high side. They've got the 3 pair, and they're gonna test Mr. Gomes. And here they go now. They're not gonna wait any longer. As here comes the teammates. Brett Merle gonna go with them. That's gonna be 4 cars on 3. And Matt Allen just not close enough to Ryan Gomes. Ryan Gomes not in a great pushing position. Huge checkup coming to the bottom line is the 127. Nowhere to go. He's got the 58 behind him. And that's James Fox. Remember, he is severely damaged after the last wreck. Devin Butchino, our leader. 12 laps dead, 15 to go. I think they are all good to go on gas. They'd love to see this thing stay green, see if Neon can run away with it. Or will Josh Hall, Ryan Gomes be able to play spoiler? Duvendak shoving Tyler Powers. He's been working well with you tonight.
Yeah, and I got the damage fixed, so let's see if we can make a run here and do something with these leaders.
Well, you're giving...
Unfortunately, we have no help on the outside.
No, you don't, but you are giving Tyler a shot right there.
We got a wreck behind us.
We've got a wreck, and was that the 127 going round and round of Matt Allen? I believe it was. And the caution will not come out, as I believe everything's going to get past him. Let's rewind real quick. It was the 127. He's on that high side. He's got the 3 behind him. I am not quite sure how this did not bring out a caution. Did he avoid everything? 3 dives to the inside. Just gets to the inside corner of Allen. And Allen going to go right around. Everybody able to avoid Trey Spears except for Allen. And that is going to keep us green with 14 to go. But, you know, Morris, Wright, Merle, Hall, your top 5. 13 to go. These guys are coming out. They know they're running out of time. It's time to push these cars. We're done pitting, baby. Let's go. And if you're Neon, well, actually, the top 6 drivers, all the way back to you, they all have fast repairs.
Yeah, I'm sitting at a 0x, and, I mean, that's what you want to ask for your first time in a new league is you just want to have a good, clean race. They're mainly out here racing to earn people's respects, show them that they can work with you good. And right now, I'm hoping we're proving that here with our 0x and racing up front.
Well, we've got the screenshot going right now of Neon with Brett Merle as they're trying to push this thing to the end. But Josh Hall and Gomes, you see they're going to pull it up to that high side. He's tried it all night. Will they be able to run him down? This might be one of our better angles. As you can see, some pretty good distance between these Neon drivers and Brett Merle. Almost evened. About a half a car's length between each car, and they're going to tighten up as they come into the backstretch. Or actually the front stretch, not the backstretch. So in the turn, they were all pretty even, about a quarter car, half a car distance in between. As soon as they got back into that tri-oval area, they entered the front stretch. Hall trying to keep it tighter up to the 11 of Brett Merle, who did pop up. That's going to put Duvenak into Brett's spot, sitting 4th. Eddie Morris now on this backstretch. He is shoving Butchino. Trying to get the champion to repeat here on night 1. Can he get a win? After last night's disaster, Butchino would love nothing more than to win the next-gen Devtona.
I like to call it the Devtona, but we'll go with Dev.
I mean, Devtona's it's kind of famous. Comes with a commercial now. Yes, Cheese, I think there was somebody in the bed of that truck. You couldn't be any more right. We're not kid-friendly, according to how I set this broadcast up. I don't know what was going on in the bed of the truck. Maybe they were drunk, passed out. I don't know. They were having a good time. But 10 to go. Josh Hall still not giving up on this high side, man. He is consistent. He is determined to make this thing work. Right now, you've got those 3 cars out in front, all represented by Team Neon. Duvenak trying to get up to the back of Dave Wright. Josh Hall to the outside of Duvenak. He's trying to form that outside line. Cat 55's got to get closer to that bumper, and they're going to need some help from that 3rd car. Which, of course, is the Pizza Man. He's back. Old Blaze Richardson. Back on that lead lap, and here he is. New fastest lap of the night. Riley Gomes with 8 to go. 45.4. These guys are cooking trying to come to the end. Duvendak said, you know what, Hall, I'll go with you. He's going to pop to the high side. Trying to get down next to the Neon guys. They're able to get past one Neon. They're able to get past Eddie Morris. They're side by side with leader Devin Buccino. Josh Hall doing a great job. He's pushing him. Buccino gets a little squirrely there. Goes under the yellow. Duvendak into the wall. He's able to save it. Man, these pushers are just shoving these guys as Eddie Morris comes up, goes back down. Chaos happening. 7 to go. Side by side. As they come to the backstretch, we got lap traffic coming up. They've got to be a concern at this point. What will the lap traffic do? Will they dive below yellow? Get out of the way. As Hall going to be able to clear. Ryan Gomes going to be able to clear. It's so tight. Eddie Morris and Devin Buccino make contact, but everybody keeps it. Incredible save by Neon Blaze Richardson. Comes down into Devin Buccino. Devin Buccino keeps straight. I have no idea how nobody wrecked there. But this is the racing that we ended last season with, and this is the racing that we're going to bring back. Duvendak to the lead. Josh Hall. Ryan Gomes. All on that bottom side.
Josh Hall gave me the shot of all shots to get up here to the lead.
Well,
we had such a huge run.
Well, he was able to get it up there, and Ryan Gomes was able to tag along. I'll tell you what, he's got Buccino trapped right now by Blaze Richardson. Buccino looking to clear in front of Blaze, I would think. 6 to go. He's going to have to make a move to try to come up top. Riding inside car with Rob Duvendak. You see the lap traffic getting closer and closer. Oh, we got one in the wall, and that is definitely a Riley Gomes. We're going to stay green as he's keeping it straight. Riley Gomes in the wall, but his brother, the Cat 5-5,
caution out.
We are cautioned. And where?
Looks like out of turn 4, we had to pile up that second group.
It's somewhere back there. It may have been. Oh, yes, it was. It might be right here. We'll go. Let's go try to find it. And there it was. McCarty gets into the 214. And that's going to bring out that caution. We are going to rack and stack them all back up. The bad news for Robert Duvendak, that's going to put his pusher, Josh Hall, next to him. And each of you will have a Neon driver.
This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because you know those two are going to want to get together. They're not going to want to push me or Josh. They're going to want to get each other together and do what they do in Neon and win these races. So.
I'm looking for him now, and I don't see him. Of course, I knew where Josh Hall was. And I'll be back because I can't pull him. Hey, Josh, guy in the booth, you got a copy?
Got you loud and clear.
Brother, you know I can't pull you out of this booth. You're like locked in here to trackside. Hi, Blaze. How you doing, buddy? Hey, man, I'll tell you what. Heck of a run, brother. You have not given up on that high side all night. You finally get teammate Ryan Gomes in that Cat 5-5, beautifully pushing you. Duvendak links up with you, man, and you are shoving the heck out of him. Finally, you're up here sitting in second. Gonna start on that outside, brother. How you feeling?
I'm actually feeling pretty good. I got my teammates around me. We kind of had a strategy going into this. We're kind of keeping with that strategy. And yeah, I told them we were going to move up the high side, get up to the front here, and that's exactly what we did. So looking forward to seeing how this one plays out.
Man, I'll tell you what, been commenting all night. We've been seeing you poking out, trying to get that high line to go. Haven't really developed too much, but right when you needed it to, you got all the help you needed. And heck of a run, man. Duvendak said, he goes, I don't know what Josh Hall just did, but he just pushed the heck out of me, and we had a shot. And it was such a good shot, it was able to actually clear Ryan behind. Incredible saves, by the way, Ryan. You came down right in front of Devin. Devin got hit by Eddie. Y'all did fantastic keeping it green. Pretty bad. The caution came out on the backstretch. Would have liked to see this thing go green all the way to the end. But I'll tell you what, man, you guys up here in trackside, heck of a job tonight, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Go.
Fireworks ain't over yet.
You're right there, not. Blaze, you got something you got to say, buddy?
Yeah, hopefully I see you in a couple laps, and at least one of us are up there in the top 3.
Man, I hope so, man. I think by the way this goes, one of you trackside motorsport guys are going to be up here. But Josh wanted to come comment, man. You've been driving the heck out of this car tonight, man. So great job.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hope to talk to you at the end.
All right, brother. Back to the booth I go. For some reason, I cannot grab trackside. I've never been able to grab a trackside guy out. And that's okay, because it gives me the opportunity to go check in on Blaze, to Josh, to Gomes. I enjoy going into there. I think I do that quite often throughout the season, is we'll drop into a team under good moments. You don't want to go in under bad, or, well, we're going to have a couple choice words that I don't think too many are going to want to hear. But 18 viewers currently staying with us. As is this going to be a green-white checkered?
Absolutely. So we're going 1 to go here. So this will be green-white checkered attempt number 1. If all goes well, we'll go to lap 101. So we are just 1 lap into making it at the normal 100 laps.
All right. Currently, it's gonna be chaos up here. Don't forget, you've got a Wright brother up here. You got a Wright brother. Trackside's got Ryan Gomes. It's gonna be an interesting restart, man.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm a sitting duck up here. I'm more of the offensive type of driver than I am a defensive type, so I would rather be the guy in position to make the move. So last thing you want to do is throw a bad block, and wreck the whole field up here at the front. So I always personally like to be the guy making the move, not trying to block the move. So we'll see.
Man, we've actually seen you win a championship in a couple leagues by making that famous move on the last lap. So we definitely know you want to be the aggressor on the last lap. But you know what? I think if you're Devin Butchino or Eddie Morris, I think you're comfortable right where you're at. I think if you even go back to that 3rd spot, if you can get that run, they'll be happy with it.
I don't know, man. This is the Devtona, right? Dev's going to want to go for it. So.
It is the Devtona, but since I've been here, we haven't seen Dev do it, and I know he wants it, so without a doubt, he is going to want it. Pace car going away. 2 to go. Looks like Sylvain's dropping back. He's going to get to the outside. And we are go time. As Duvendak's going to get out in front, Devin's going to try to get to your bumper, and here it goes. Eddie Morris shoving Josh Hall. Devin Butchino shoving Robert Duvendak. Josh Hall in front at this moment. Duvendak getting the big run. Josh Hall's going to actually get funneled to the back. Oh, Devin pushing Duve, starting to get him a little loose. And Josh Hall, we may get the caution before they cross the line. It's going to be close. And there it is. Just as they're coming to the line is Josh Hall and Eddie Morris get involved. That's going to be green-white checker number 2 coming our way. We saw it as the 81 just got trapped in the middle. And that's going to funnel. Where is he? Still falling all the way back. Now, let's try to turn this camera around. Let's go see if we can get into a far chase on the 81. You see he's in the funnel. He comes down and hits teammate Blaze Richardson, and it just breaks him loose. Wasn't comfortable in the middle. Getting pinched down a little bit by Eddie Morris. Nothing major. Blaze kind of comes up into him. And Neon and Trackside make contact. Well, things have changed drastically here, as we're going to get out of replay. As we'll go see if Mr. Powers is back in his chat. Tyler, guy in the booth, you get a copy. I don't know if his mic's muted, but we are not hearing Tyler tonight. And that's okay. Hopefully he can make it to the top 3 and make it back in, but he's definitely having some radio issues down there. So we'll head back to the booth. Mr. Hartney, still looking relaxed. Your current leader. He got his sweet driving glasses on with that goatee. Man, that's that soon-to-be unemployed work-from-home goatee. That's the I'm a race all night.
That's I'm gonna be a retired stay-at-home daddy look.
That's it.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have your boy in the Cat 55 car here pushing me in this restart. So we're gonna be going up against one of the best drivers in the league. So
the current champ of the league. So
yeah, exactly.
Current champ in the year before the truck champ. So it's you know he's gonna have a good time up here. I mean, they named the thing after him. That 68 is gonna be looking to get it there. Tyler Powers, he's been quiet on the mic, having a little bit of mic issues, but man, he's been clean up there. He's up 10 spots. You're up 22 spots. Butchino up 17 spots. So everybody is up a couple spots. Ryan Gomes in the top 5, the only one who hasn't moved up 10 spots at least. He's only moved up 7 tonight. So this field has definitely flipped.
And we don't have as many Neon drivers up here either, so you know, when you win the championship, you also earn a lot of respect from guys in the league. So I still think, even though with Devin not having his teammates up here, there's still going to be a lot of people up here willing to push him over a rookie who's in his first race in the league. So we'll see how this plays out here, but I think Devin's sitting in the catbird seat for sure.
I would think 100% he's got the respect of a lot of drivers. I mean, like every league you've raced in, it's all about the respect from the drivers, man. You race them clean, and they're willing to help when you help. So, and Devin's that guy, and right now he's going to be looking at Tyler Powers to try to get it done. Ryan Gomes, he's going to have to push the crap out of you. This is going to be a fun little restart we got going on here. Will you be able to make it one lap? As you come around the stretch. Tough for Josh Hall as he has fallen all the way back to 16th. He's going to need some major help, maybe a third line. He's got 2 laps to move a lot of positions.
Well, and I honestly don't think we're done wrecking either, so we might be seeing that third green and white checkered.
The fast repair count on the front. The top 5 drivers all have one. So If that tells you anything, they know they can push these cars. What goes on in trackside? I can't pull anyone out. What do you want me to say there, Cheese? I try to pull you guys out constantly. It's like locked. Pace car going away. Will it be the last time tonight? We'll find out. As we go green, Butchino on the outside. Cool Cat 5-5 getting right up to your bumper. Tyler Powers getting right up to the bumper of Devin Butchino. Here we go. Butchino going to get a huge run on the outside. He's going to drop down in front of Duvendak. That's going to give Duvendak an opportunity to shove Devin Butchino right now. See how hard he can push this 68. Will they be able to get it to the finish line? We shall see. Oh, we're going to get a little bit of shuffling, but a huge save by the 45. He's able to keep it straight. They're still wrecking. And they are not. Here comes the big one. Great save by the 45 off the front. And then chaos. You see the 45 able to save the initial wall contact here. Let's get the far chase of the 45. Here's the wall contact. He's going to come down into Riley Gomes, who's going to pinch down. Right, going to try to dive out of the way. He sees it coming. Beautiful move by the 84. You see he's just able to escape all this damage. And here comes the collection behind him. And the big one. 45 looks to be backing up. Fast repair. I think you got to use it here no matter what. I don't think with 2 laps, this is it. This is the last green, white, checkered. You've got to use it. There's no reason not to. If you've got it, use it.
Yeah, that restart was just mass chaos. Like, everyone was scrambling. No one was pushing anyone. It was like the top 7 or 8 cars that were just all by themselves with no drafting partners, and everyone's bobbing and weaving, making moves. I've seen more cars door each other that lap and that turn than I did all race.
Well, what's been crazy is that allowed... Who's up there in front here? A little bit of shuffling going on.
I'm showing Brett Muir will be your leader with David Hartney overcoming all the problems tonight.
I mean, the blind attack and... Dude, Prevolt up there for M&M. He's back up front. I mean, huge that these guys were able to get through the wreck and still make some ground. It's chaotic, but incredible. That's going to put you, I believe, behind Ryan Gomes this time.
Yeah, I didn't get a good push from him off on that restart there, and it allowed that outside lane to get clear of us, and it felt like it just stacked everything up, which caused a lot of that chaos there in that turn.
Well, and I'll tell you what, who got the big push was Butchino, but his pusher got into a little bit of problems, and that was the 45. You saw him. He got into a little problems off that big push, broke loose a little, saved it into the wall, and then nowhere to go but down. An incredible save. So everybody that goes back who's racing now and watches this replay, go back and take a look at the 84 and his incredible save. That is one that they're going to have to talk about tomorrow on the SCSRA Live, where admins and owners get together and review the week, really take a look at how it went. Pretty good talk show. Little podcast about the league, keeping it interesting.
That's what makes this league unique. They're willing to branch out and try different things like that. And I mean, you have all these leagues in iRacing. They're all so similar. There's not many things that give you that brand identity unless you try different stuff. And to have something like that, that's actually pretty cool to do, and do race recaps like that for everyone to see and have almost like a round table chat.
Well, and I'll tell you what else makes these guys unique is these bright neon green colors, man. I'll tell you what, it's grown on me. It's grown on me over the seasons I've been here. At first, I was like, man, it is really bright in here. But now we got us a talking potato. He's hanging out in chat with us. I mean, you can't ask for better colors. Who knew? You get the great color scheme, it comes with the potato. And there
Not
he
just
is.
any potato.
Tony Starch.
Tony Starch.
Not really combing his one-piece hair. His hands aren't working tonight. I don't really know why his hands aren't working, but that's okay. At least he can still move his head.
All right, well, this will be it. We're one to go. Third green, white checkered. So this is, I mean, like I said, this is it. Anything goes at this point. Rec will end the race, get that white flag, and gloves come off. It's going to be a wild finish. There's a lot of good cars up here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Look to your inside, or your outside, not your inside. Better not be someone there. On your outside, moving all the way back up, Josh Hall.
Yeah, and we worked really well together. And he also got David Wright up here, who looks like he's got 6-lap tires as well as Josh. So those, while tires usually don't make too much of a difference at Super Speedway, with these cars, with how loose they are today, that track temp, those tires, as you can see, are making a lot of difference here. So it'll be interesting to see those two get hooked up in that high lane, what they can do with it.
Oh, I agree. As these guys are going to come back around for the last time under a caution. If we get a caution in the next lap, like Rob said, it will end the race. If not, we'll bring it all the way to the checkered. Merle, Hartney, getting pushed by Butchino and Pervolt. Pace car is off. Who's going to get the better jump here? They are side by side. Hartney might have checked up a little bit to hopefully didn't pass him. And that's going to allow Merle to get back out in front. Both pushers going, but that outside line definitely a little bit closer. As we're going to get that camera rumble one more time tonight. Side by side they go. Trying to hold it steady as they come onto the backstretch. Butchino, Hartney going to come down. We got a car going to the apron. If this cautions, that will be it, and Hartney will be your winner. We got a big one going on behind. Will it wreck? It will, and that's going to bring out the caution, and that is going to be, we're going to go to the driver cam. I believe, is that going to be it?
Yep, that will be all she wrote there. That'll be one lap here under caution, and we'll be done.
We'll see. I'll tell you what, when you're race control, you don't look, there it is. I think it's kicking in now as we're watching them here on this driver cam. You got a little bit of chuckling. When you're race control, you don't want it to end that way. But it's a different feeling when it's you winning it. And we'll let this final lap Butchino giving Hartney some love taps back there. Hartney doing so much for this league. Coming out with the big win. Looks like he's kind of just in cruise control right now on the camera.
Well, and everything he overcame tonight, it's impressive to come back and manage to avoid all that there at the end and still pull out a win.
And there it is. Teammate next to teammate. Is Hartney part-time part of Neon when he's able to race? Sometimes he's not able to because of his responsibilities for the league. Hall coming up, giving him a little love. He's got Wright coming up, giving him a little love. The respect and love for Hartney right now coming off with this big win. The blind side, the wreck, we thought that was it for him. Cat 5-5 coming up, Duve coming up. All these drivers paying respect, man. Huge night for Hartney. As they're going to go in and cool it off. Hartney's going to come back around, get his picture. We're going to do this again. Take a look at this man's screen. Hartney shared his screen with us along with his thing because he does do race control. I mean, I'm sure he knew he was winning off his race control data before it actually kicked in. How he looks at all of this and still able to race, beyond me. That's your finishing order. It's going to be Hartney, but you know, Brett Merle.
Man, I don't want to brag or anything, but I had a 0x in that race.
Hey, you know what a 0x gets you? Bonus points.
Well, I'm going more for the respect aspect here, so
it definitely does.
Hopefully, guys see that 0x after that kind of race and can know they can trust me in the future.
Well, what's crazy about that 0x, by the way, is you should have been dead in one of those wrecks and somehow got on the brakes hard enough, made contact, still maintained that 0x. So, heck of a good time. We're going to have to get to these post-race interviews. And without any further ado, let's get, I don't want our grid up. We don't want that. That's not going to help us. But, Brett Merle in the booth. Welcome, brother.
Sure.
Man, top 3 to start the season, man. Could you... I thought for a second Eminem was really struggling tonight, man, and able to get up here for a 3-4 finish. You had Prevolt up here, and you guys were the last hopes, and you finished it strong, man. Congratulations. Tell me about those last couple laps.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy for sure. I don't even know really what was going on. It just seemed like every restart, people were getting free wide and getting side by side, beating and banging pretty good. I feel like the outside restarted really good, which was kind of my mistake at the end there. I obviously had the lane choice, and I wanted to make sure I kept Provault behind me, and I told him when I did it, like, I felt like the outside's restarting so good, this might cost us, and it did, but that's all right. We can't be too upset with third place after that long night.
No, man, you absolutely can. Congratulations, man. You were able to overcome a lot tonight. Did not have to use your fast repair, so that alone, that's a goal. Looks like
I mean, that's
kept it clean.
Huge. I don't know if we kept it super clean there towards the end. I was trying to push, I think it was the 45 past the 68, and I just wanted to go down with him, and our bumpers didn't hook the greatest, and I know I got him up into the wall, so I do apologize to him for that. But it seems like every small push you make, if somebody wrecks or if you're involved in it, it's 4x. I think it showed I had like 20x that race, but yeah, not bad for not using a fast repair.
Man, definitely not. How you feeling going on? I believe we are going up north to Michigan next week.
Yeah, Michigan's a fun track. If we have 32 cars at Michigan, that's it's going to be a challenge no matter where we go. Top 10s are going to be hard to come by if you got 32 cars in the field. I think this might be our biggest SCSRA field. It's at least the biggest one that I've been a part of that I can remember. So third place in a 32-car field is awesome.
Well, brother, I mean, for the most part, we had some cautions. I mean, drivers still learning how to drive with each other. Finished it 18 on the lead lap. In fact, your brother was the last one on the lead lap, so not too bad of a night. Here you are. You guys should take some pretty good team points, man, so congratulations. And as always, you know how I finish it. The floor is yours.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it. I just want to thank everybody that puts the league on. As always, they all bust their butts to make this happen. I'd like to thank everybody in my team. The McCarty brothers kind of stink, and they know it, and it's called a make a wish roster spots, but it's all good. Provault's pretty good, and he's obviously a great speedway racer, so we were glad we were able to get him on board this year.
Man, Well, I don't know if the Makaris will feel the same, but I think all the brotherly love around here. I was telling Wright Brothers earlier. I think we're gonna start a broadcast early one night. About while you guys are practicing, we're gonna pull all sets of brothers up here. We're gonna have like a question and answer and see who knows the most about which brother, because I think that'd be a good time. But
Yeah.
great way to start the season, man. You're gonna end with some good points, and we will head off to Michigan next week. So
Yeah, I appreciate it. Just remember, here at M&M Racing, your teammate is your biggest rival. That's our motto. We live by it.
man, and you guys show it all the time. I mean, we see it all the time, and that's what makes you guys so great down there. So, all right, brother. Well, I'm gonna let you get out of here. I'm gonna get Devin up in the booth, and we'll catch you next week.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. All right, Devin. Congratulations. Have a great night, man. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, see you guys. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
What's up, Devin?
Hey, good race, man. Good race.
Yeah, good race, man. Welcome to the booth. Starting the season off, man, so close to getting a Devtona win.
This race is my kryptonite. This thing's hard to win, man. I'm sure Rob is in the same boat. I thought I was in the perfect position to win that race like 3 different times in the last 20 laps there. Started the race exactly like last night, DNF'd, getting booted to the inside wall out of 4, and then lap 2, I think it happened again. So we worked really well with the Neon teammates. If I didn't have the Neon guys, we wouldn't even be in position for this. And then, I mean, shout out to this field. I mean, 32 guys? That's crazy. I know we went really late tonight, but it's Daytona. There's great racing, tight racing. You're going to have these cautions here when everyone's trying to get everything they can. I don't know about you, Rob, but I lost the back end a couple times out of 4. These cars were very uneasy out here. The track was hot. If there was a way for me to throw like 10 sandbags in my trunk to get some more downforce on exit, I would have. But I ecstatic for Harney, man. Couldn't have played that restart any better. The restart before, I cleared down, and then Rob tried to give me a push, and it was just the outside lane was too much. So I told Hartney that I think we're gonna blow by him here out of 2, and I think the 45 went sailing through the grass, came back up. So once I saw him go flying, I knew it was a matter of moments before we were probably gonna get the yellow and checkers on that one. So super happy for Hartney, man. He puts in a lot of practice with us, and these things are not easy to win.
Man, well, I'll tell you what, you definitely saw it post race. We followed Hartney around, and a lot of respect for David Hartney in this league. A lot of love taps at the end of that race, man. And I know he makes my job 10 times easier. I work with Hartney all throughout the week. I probably ask him a million questions, and he's always so, hey, yeah, man, I'll help you out. Hey, you need this? I got one better.
Yeah,
it gives me more than I ever wanted. So good night though for Team Neon with good stage points.
Yeah, if we didn't get that caution short, I think we would have been 1, 2, 3, 4 for the stage, man. We played everything perfect. I know Joe got into it with Proby there on one of the restarts, so fizzled out as the race went on, but that's Daytona. I mean, that's going to happen. But I mean, from truck qualifying to the truck race, the clash, the duels, 500 qualifying, just great showing by Neon. I'm really proud of these guys. We put in a lot of laps during the week. Obviously not at Daytona. You can't really practice too much. But really proud of all the Neon guys. And yeah, back to what you're saying about Hartney, man. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. It's a long time coming. He's a big part of what keeps the wheels going on this SCSRA train, to be able to have 32 guys show up and race. He's a big part of it. So just super happy for him.
Well, brother, I'll tell you, Tony Starch was pretty excited up there in the broadcast booth tonight, as he had 18 viewers for most of the night. So we're watching that viewership go up.
Surprised my Ricky Spud comment didn't get more than it did, but that's fine.
You know what? Me and Duvendak laughed about it. It's a good one.
Ricky Spud's good, right?
It is good. It's a real good one, but we said, man, I don't know if you can beat Tony Starch. And I believe that's Josh Hall.
Tony Starch is good. Josh is the funny guy. We'll let him have this one.
Yeah, he'll have this one. I mean, we won't brag too much in the post race after this. So, but man, heck of a night for you. League coming together, huge field, and some hiccups, but you know what? It's all going to work itself out as this series goes on and these guys become more comfortable. So,
it's Daytona, man. We're heading to Michigan, big 2-mile track. We're going to have some more space to really get out there, race, get some more green, and then follow it up with a place like Homestead. Like I said before, we've really tried to set the schedule up to get some green with these size fields, and I think we'll get back to that. Obviously, Brett said it. It's the biggest field we've ever had, I think. So we're going to keep rolling with it. All the rookies are great. All the vets are great. I'm really excited, man.
Man, well, up in the booth, we're excited to be here, but we know this one ran a little late, so we're gonna end it and give the floor to you, man. Floor's yours.
Yeah, I appreciate it for staying late. This one went late, like you said. Just got to thank you, everything you've done to get this season going. You guys, I really appreciate it. Broadcast looks phenomenal. Thank you to all the viewers that stuck in and watched this. Great numbers all race. Really hope you enjoyed it. A lot more to come this season. It's the best season it's going to be the best season we've ever had. I can promise you that. And then I just want to thank, Dev Sports Cards, Acres Realty, Cody for jumping on board. All of our sponsors, man. I can't thank them enough for jumping on board and being a part of it. Sunbelt Rentals, I'm sure they got their caution time paid for in full for this season for their cautions. Sunbelt Rentals, but just Dev Sports Cards, more customs, new craft fine jewelry design, level up subs, and thank you, Guy. I'll let you get Hartney up here. I appreciate everything you do, man, and we'll talk to you in Michigan next week, hopefully.
All right, brother. Well, you have a good night. We will catch you tomorrow on Talk Show.
For sure. Thank you for the pushing, Rob. We're working well all week, man. I appreciate you.
He probably fell asleep. It's way past his bedtime.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I was hitting the wrong button. No, I was doing all I could to try to get you that coveted win that you've been trying to get, and unfortunately, there in the end, that high lane was just too much for us to overcome.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it. We'll catch you guys at Michigan. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. You have a great night.
You too.
Man, and before I get Hartney in here, let me switch us real quick. We're going to get rid of our full screen results. And we're going to bring Mr. Hartney up here since I have the opportunity. David Hartney, welcome to the booth, man.
Oh, Guy, how's it going?
Man, you know me, Duvendak, Tony Starch. We've been hanging out all night, man. What an overcoming night for you tonight, man. You got the blind side taken out. Blind side, nothing you could do. Man, congratulations on surviving.
I went from the front of the pack to the back, literally last, back to first. I don't know how the hell it happened.
Well, no matter how it happened, you were able to overcome it. You had a lot of help getting there and able to survive every wreck that happened in between. Unfortunate. I said, man, Hartney didn't even see that one coming. And, I said, as race control, you kind of have mixed emotions. You hate to see the race end under caution because you're race control. But when it's you winning it, you're like, man, and it kind of took a couple minutes. We had you up on camera the whole time, and finally you saw those chuckles and that excitement. Like, I got to win, man. Like,
bro, the caution came out on that last one. I was just like, is now what do I do? Because do I finish the lap? Like, do I catch the pace car? I don't know what to do at this point.
Man, well, and once it kicked in that you got the win, I'll tell you what, you saw the excitement. Pulled it up a couple times, you with your fancy screen over there and all the chaos going on with it. And even when you got blindsided and got wrecked, it's like you stayed in business. So what you do for this league, man, is so important. And I know they appreciate it. And I think they showed it tonight. With you getting that big win, the amount of drivers came up and gave you those little love taps, man, really shows the respect that you have from these guys. So congratulations, huge win.
Man, I appreciate it. It's 5 seasons in at this point for this to happen, but the last 2 seasons have kind of been hit or miss with me actually racing, with doing race control and trying to get all the admin stuff done. So, I'm trying my hardest to make this a full-time season. Now I really have to because I'm locked into the playoffs. But, unfortunately, if it comes down to it, I will still back out and do what I need to do for this league. My goal is to get it as big as it can possibly get. So if that requires me not to race, then of course, then I won't race. But man, I couldn't be more happy with how the season is starting. I got a lot of help from the end of that race there. It's just kind of, I was 10th or 12th or something like that before the first green, white checkered. And it was just find a way to get to the front. I didn't have any teammates with me. It was just get up there as fast as I could, knowing that there would be another caution. And then just caution after caution kept coming, and I kept moving forward and moving forward and moving forward. And on the last one on the outside line, after starting the last 3 on the outside, knowing that the outside is fastest, especially coming off of 2, I knew Devin and I were in a good place to get us to the bottom. I was hoping it would go to green. I was hoping it'd go to the white flag so we can race it out. But I'm not going to complain with where we ended up,
No, man, I don't think you can. And I think if your team Neon tonight, you guys are going to start with that 1-2 finish, and huge for Neon
Yeah,
as,
for
as they're
sure.
looking to repeat and get that team championship locked underway. But man, heck of a night.
Dude, I still in disbelief a little bit, honestly. It's a good feeling. It's awesome. I've worked a lot to get here. Already practicing Michigan, already running Las Vegas races, knowing that that's coming. So these next gens are another animal that Xfinity was loose. There's not much you can do to the setups, but when we went to the next gen cars, it was a whole new game, and it shows who practices. I mean, obviously Daytona, you can't really practice a lot. There's not really a whole lot you can learn from it. But I did the Daytona 500. It was running top 5 the whole race, so it was a good night, man. I felt down and out when I was a lap down for a while, but I'm not going to stop. Just keep going and see what happens, and here we are.
Well, man, huge shout out, huge congratulations. Duvendak, before I give him the famous words, you got anything?
Yeah, absolutely impressive to overcome all that problems the whole race to come back and fly through the field like you did on those final few green white checkers. So congrats. If you do have to feel like you need to step out of the car to do race control, you let me know. I can always do the juggling here with helping Guy broadcast and doing race control, so you don't have to miss out. So,
Well, I appreciate it, man. That means a lot. And yeah, it was a long time coming for this one. So I'm happy it's over with, and time to check off some more.
That's it, brother. Well, with that, we're going to let you get out of here and celebrate your night. But before you do, you get the famous words, man. The floor is all yours.
I appreciate it, brother. I just want to thank everybody, the whole SCSRA. It's our biggest field we've ever had, so I appreciate all the rookies. Everyone's pretty clean race. I mean, it is Daytona, so it's expected. But thanks to admins, Eddie, Devin, Sylvain for making this league what it is. We put in a lot of work to get here. So I'm glad to see the field this size. Neon teammates Joe Wright, D Wright, Eddie, Devin. Without y'all, this just wouldn't be possible. Family at home. Wife puts the kids in beds while we're racing, so got to thank her for that for sure. But man, Guy, I appreciate everything you guys do. The stream looks awesome for second week. This is amazing, man. I can't ask for better.
Yeah, man. Well, we're gonna keep putting in the work. You kind of have to when we're trying to put in, the same equal amount of work as you, man. You kind of set the tone of the work ethic around here, so we're just trying to keep up. But anything to make the league better. Off to Michigan next week, so a little bit of a different course of action. But with that, man, I'm gonna let you get out of here. Go celebrate with the team. Go celebrate with the guys up there in the post race.
Appreciate you, man. Again, Guy, thanks for everything you do. Thanks for growing this as fast as you are.
Man,
have a good night, man.
You too. All right. And with that, we'll say goodnight for now. Tune in tomorrow as I'm sure there's going to be some little bit more somber moment as this kind of kicks in with Hartney as he goes into the SCSRA live series. And that's on YouTube. Coming on tomorrow night. Check it out. And then after that, I want to say we go all the way back to Monday night where SCSRA broadcasting is with the second race of ASR. So a lot of good things happening around this league, man, and a lot of great developments. But thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you for all you guys tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. Man, look at that. Even Chris Akers joined the chat sometime tonight, so he's tuning in. But we thank you guys, and we will catch you all next week on the stream. And have a blessed weekend.